according to the Labor Department, long-distance trucking costs advanced 9.4% in June from a year earlier, which is the largest increase we've seen in nearly a decade. And that's only going to get worse. And that's because demand for trucking is only rising because of e-commerce and all those sorts of things that we talk about every day here at the Motley Fool.
Well, we also went from a trucking system where a full truckload went to a Walmart or a supermarket or whatever big store destination. Now there are literally full trucks full of individual packages driving around. So it's become, obviously it takes less time to bring a full truckload of something somewhere than it does to bring multiple full truckloads, sort that into individual packages, and then go deliver those individual packages to people. So we've created not only added demand, but the same amount of goods now requires more handling.
Exactly. Like you said, I mean, taking a truck to 50 different homes is different than taking it to one individual household. And one other thing to kind of pull the thread here is that this is a problem that's not going to go away anytime soon. There's a lot of promise out here about, driverless vehicles and maybe driverless trucking filling this gap. But this is something that may be 5 to 10 years away. I mean, the example that I used with you when we were preparing for this show is that for a long time we've had autopilots in airplanes and in large transocean vessels. We still have to have people in those to make sure that everything's running smoothly. There's limitations in our driverless technology today. So, for example, LiDAR systems are very important for tracking technology for trucking. However, they struggle in adverse weather conditions, particularly the rain. And if you're going to come up with a logistical solution that is going to address the entire U.S. retail landscape, you have to be able to work, when it's raining.
I think the solution isn't going to be automated driving, at least not in the short term. It is going to be logistical planning. You're going to have more companies do what Amazon, Target, and Walmart have done, which is absolutely work to maximize their supply chain, to know full well what the cheapest way to get the gross volume to a warehouse and then the individual item to you. And that's going to be a mix of absolutely everything from trucks to drones to pack mules, like whatever, probably very few pack mules, whatever works in each situation. And you're going to see sort of more third party solutions, like your FedEx and your UPS, but even on an in your warehouse basis that work sort of like cloud computing for smaller companies, because the days of like an inefficient postal service doing a lot of deliveries, that's not going to be supported by the workforce we have.
Exactly. And then just one last thing I want to mention before we go to the break and go into the second half of the show is that, this trucking factor is really affecting logistical infrastructure. But as well, we have to talk about tariffs. When you're putting increasing fuel costs, a trucking shortage, and tariffs on top of the existing logistical infrastructures of these businesses, that's really creating pressure points for these companies. So the people who can really manage their logistical expense are really going to be in a position to thrive here.
I think we have a retail world that is sort of looking a little to the future. Your goal at Walmart, Target, Amazon, all the big players is to not pass these costs along heading into the Christmas season. So they've stockpiled goods, they've done whatever they can do. But when you get to January, I think you're going to see some pretty significant price increases for trucking reasons, for tariff reasons, for labor shortage reasons. And we're kind of masking that now. We'll probably see some lower margins heading into the fourth quarter as well.